All-Stars.
Hey.
So, a queen walks out of a bar and into the Drag Race Hall of Fame. But first, she's got to put her money where her funny is. And I'm not joking, bitch. Where are the jokes?
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody else on their period? You know, I'm a little bit into the horror movies. Can you guess which one? Carrie, yes. How many people have seen Carrie, actually? Well, see, good, good. The real special thing about Carrie is that she has telekinetic powers. Telekinesis means that you can move things with your mind. The last time I moved anything with my head, it was in a motel room. The John threw $40 on my tits and told me to get the out. I was like, I'm leaving. Good God, you ain't gotta yell at me like that. I'll see you at home, Dad.
I'm a drag queen. When you first start doing drag, it's like you want to be the fishiest, you want to have the best body, but now I want to be a fat girl. I want to be a fat girl. You can get from anywhere. Every guy wants to secretly a fat bitch, number one, so I'm not gonna have no man problems, okay? I want to be like really fat. I want to get pregnant and not even know it. You know what I mean? Have you seen those specials on TV? And it's usually a big girl. It's like, of course she didn't know she was pregnant. You know what I mean? I want to go to the bathroom, sit on the toilet, and become a mother, okay? No matter what size I am, I will be the body beautiful. Always, okay? You want to see? A little preview? And I will still turn it, darling, always.
Yes, bitches, it is not Angelina Jolie, it is not Beyonce, it's your girl Alexis all the way from Puerto Rico con sabor. Yes, ma'am, honey. And I am so excited because I always wanted to be a star, honey. So I left Puerto Rico behind and I moved to United States all the way to Florida. I did travel in first class, right in front of that boat, baby, honey. I'm a Latina girl and I only have two options in this country, being a house skipper or being a stripper, bitches. And y'all know I didn't came here to clean toilets, baby, so I became a stripper, baby! Yes, ma'am, honey. If God give it to you, baby, you better make some money. Yes, ma'am. I am here and I'm queer, baby.
I said, bitch better have my money, right? Let me tell you something, baby. They call me La Quifa. La Quifa, the PMP. Now, that stands for the postmodern pimp hoe. Postmodern pimp hoe means, yes, I'm still a pimp, but I'm also my own hoe. That's right, because of the recession, y'all, I'm telling you, I done had to scale back. You know, and sometimes I don't even pay myself my own money. If I did, maybe I could get some shoes where my toes weren't hanging 5 inches off the edge. Yeah, I know you tried to clown me for my cliffhangers. Yeah, I saw it. You know, and they always trying to clown me on the block, baby. They always saying, La Quifa. I say, what? They say, La Quifa, where your hoes at? I said, bitch, don't you see I'm wearing 4 pair of hoes right here holding back my... Oh, you know, I had a dumbass girlfriend that went and joined Peter. She came screaming at me last week talking about La Quifa. I said, what? She said, La Quifa, don't you know how many innocent animals had to die for you to have that fur coat? I said, bitch, do you know how many rich animals I had to get this coat? Stupid bitch.
Hi, everyone. My parents weren't really big about the TV. I really only had like PBS and Sesame Street. Sesame Street was one gay-ass block. Okay, obviously we have Bert and Ernie. I mean, they're so gay, they practically are board members of GLAAD. Now, one of my favorite people that lives on Sesame Street is the Count. He's one of those old Liberace gays, and he loves collecting tchotchkes, like Fabergé eggs. 1 Fabergé egg, 2 Fabergé egg, 3 Fabergé egg,
I'm Jara Sofia. I'm gonna make a long story short. I met a guy in a club. He took me to a wonder restaurant. He called McDonald's. Do you want a chicken sandwich? What the hell is chicken? She told me, chicken means polla. Polla means in Spain. So I don't want to eat a sandwich. After that, he took me to the apartment and he took her clothes off. Oh my God, what the hell is that? It was huge. The difference between an onion and a 14 inches both make me cry. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out! Get out, get out, cabrón! There was all over the bed. I felt like a Willy Wonka in Chocolate Factory.
My name's Delta Word. I'm in my early to early 30s. And I'm here in Southern California just kind of looking for love, you know? And it's kind of hard for a big girl like me because it's so body conscious in LA. And it freaks me out to think, who is gonna want a girl like me? What? Is that funny? Like, I see these stories about these girls, they go out running and then they get like abducted and assaulted. And, you know, it's like, I have to eat frozen burritos. I have to watch the marathon of hoarders. Because if I go out and exercise, I'm gonna get raped. You guys have been an amazing audience. Thank you so much for coming out. We appreciate you coming out.
My name is Miss Darien Lake. I like to say Miss because it lets the boys know I'm single, you know? Of course, my 14 cats and my appearance on Hoarders, Buried Alive, might also let them know I'm single. I asked my mother, I'm like, Mom, how did I end up so twisted? Like, did you, like, drop me on my head when I was a baby? She was like, honey, you have to be held to be dropped. I am here representing all the big and curvy girls. I'm trying to get in shape. I mean, well, round is a shape, you know?
Yes, it is.
At the gym, I'm like a ninja. You will never see me there. I know we got some old people here in the audience tonight. Yes, how y'all doing? Yeah, did you guys all come together on the ark? Tell Noah I said hello.
As you may have all gathered from my accent, I am from Idaho. I'm kidding. I'm from Australia. Land of kangaroos, land of Olivia Newton-John, and throw another shrimp on the Barbie.
Yeah.
Well, what if I don't want shrimp thrown on me? I want to look fishy, not smell fishy. All right? So I moved to America recently. I moved to West Hollywood, and I've written a little bit of a song about some of the people that I've met there, and I'd like to sing it for you now. They'll take you down with just one look. They hunt in packs, they don't read books. Injectable tans and no tattoos. Too young for Botox, got nothing to lose. They're the mean gays, they live in West Hollywood. They're the mean gays, so you would if they could. I'm a mean gay, well you would if you could. I might look nice, but do think twice before you take me on. Thank you. Hi.
You're probably wondering why I look like a Mexican Katy Perry right now, aren't you? My mother is a chola. Do you guys know what a chola is? Can I get a show of hands? Yeah, we're in LA, Yeah. My mom's a chola, and she likes big Okay. No, yeah. I was really scared when I heard that senior citizens were gonna be in the audience tonight, okay? Just blame my grandma because she likes to go to TJ and get work done, so I never grasped the concept to respect my elders. The bitch never ages. She has a fake ass and a fake hip, and I'm pretty sure the ass came first and broke the hip, so I don't know what the hell she's doing. But anyways, my grandma's a whore. No? Okay, cool. It's my first time, people. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
I'll mow your lawns later.
My name is Ben de la Cram. Hold for applause.
Okay, and I'm delighted to be here with a live audience. I love it when there's people just right in front of me and I could feel like I could just reach right out and touch you if I wanted to. I don't want to, don't worry about that. But I feel like I could if I wanted to, which is a great option to have. I'm far away from my hometown of Seattle, Washington. It's the city that never dries. But you know, its rain is not so bad. It is a moist area, but it's my moist area, and I love it. A lot of people come there. You just need to wear the right protection, you know? There's a lot of stereotypes about Seattleites, but they're really just regular folk, extremely regular folk. You know, caffeine, all in line for the restroom. We love a good rest. But I digress. The point is, I feel like I've learned to sort of weave a story, bring somebody on an arc that really ends somewhere where they feel like the whole thing's been meaningful and they're gonna wind up with something that made the whole thing worthwhile.
So tell us a joke.
Good night, everybody.
Wow.
Hey, put your lighters up. Ganja's in the house. Ew. As you could tell from my accent, I am from Dallas, Texas. And it was not very easy growing up looking like this. Whether I was playing in my grandma's clothes or putting on a show for my well-organized, alphabetically ordered Beanie Babies, I was gay. Okay, but it wasn't until I moved to Los Angeles that I discovered marijuana. I mean, I like to smoke. Y'all, I am just flying as high as your receding hairline, okay? Marijuana really does help me calm down. So y'all, I went to Valencia where they filmed the TV show Weeds. Now, y'all, it's very dry. It's almost kind of like your vagina. Can I get an amen? Now, y'all, I am a tree hugger because if it ain't green, I'm not interested, okay?
Get up and show me some love. Come on, get up, show me some love. Get up, I got on all this all this drag, this stuff is hot. Thank you, this ain't easy. I'm not a comedian, so go ahead, sit down. Sit down. So if you all have not already noticed, I am black. But don't be worried, you know, you don't have to hold on to your purses and your wallets. I already got them. Growing up for me was really hard because we were really poor. We were like good times poor. It was really, really bad. And the only way we had the opportunity to eat was my mother would read us recipes from a cookbook. And oh, how I got full many nights off of the roast beef on page 27. But a really unfortunate thing happened. My sister caught an ear infection, so she starved to death. I really grew up a lot with my grandmother. I stayed at my grandmother's house, one, because she was just a sweet lady, and two, because she had food. But she had this really crazy obsession with her bills, and it was the light bill in particular. Everything involved the light bill. Stop running around my house like that, you gonna run my light bill up. Stop flushing that toilet so much, you gonna run my damn light bill up. Stop breathing so much, you gonna run my light bill up. I just feel like I can be myself and just let my hair down with all of you people.
Whoa.
Good time, it's a party. Yes.
You know, I've suffered from ADHD all of my life. It's a constant struggle every day. Oh, look, a rhinestone. But I'm always getting you know. Oh, you're so skinny, why don't you just eat something? Or eat a cheeseburger, you skinny bitch. And all I want to say is, well, then give me something to eat, I'm starving. So I've got a little theory going here. Ever since I've come to the show and I've met RuPaul, I have a little theory here. I'm gonna run it by you. I've seen RuPaul in the workroom, out of drag. I see RuPaul here on the runway as a drag queen. Never in the same room at the same time. Both RuPauls, same person. Pretty sure I cracked the code. Just saying.
I am so excited to see the cast of Cocoon is here. You look fabulous. Miss, I'm over here. Bring both eyes. I'm right here. Damn, Pearl Harbor must have did you in. lighter note, I'd like to let you know about my family. My mother is from Cuba, and my dad is from Honduras, which basically means I have a large no credit and a tendency to take things that don't belong to me. My mother insisted that we stay true to our Spanish heritage, so my first words were, housekeeping. I like the gentleman in the back who's sleeping. Makes me feel right at home. Can you wake that bitch up? Yeah, the one right there with the horizontal stripes. Not a good look in your third trimester, sir. All right? All I've ever heard from the judges was that we need to see more versatility. And you know what I gotta say to y'all? Is that I will show you versatility when Santino wins a sewing competition and Visage wears a turtleneck. You hear me? Ain't gonna happen! Well, I gotta say, I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And because I'm feeling extra special, I'm gonna put fresh tennis balls on every walker in the place. Jello, all around! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.
Our hostesses with the mostesses, Mrs. Tasha Davis and Katya.
Oh my goodness, everyone. We want to welcome you to the first annual DESPY Awards. Now, Katya, what in the hell does DESPY stand for?
Well, judging from the looks of the nominees, I'm gonna go with desperate, egotistical sluts prancing in the yard.
Got it!
The talented Ginger Minge is here tonight, or as I like to refer to her, the Danny DeVito of drag.
And we have, in our presence, Miss Lane, Shane, Payne.
Whatever. The gorgeous Pearl, the drag equivalent of a Valium taking a Xanax in a K-hole.
And last but not least,
As usual,
we have Violet.
Please, welcome to the stage the stars of Tyler Perry's Roots, Kennedy Davenport and Miss Jaden Dior Fierce.
Hello, everyone. Straight from Kuta Kite's hut.
The hourglass and the wall clock. Hold on, who's the wall clock? Step over there. Okay. Do this. Okay. My point. Anyways, we are here to present this award for the sexy, sexy drag queen. Let us announce these awful nominees. Candy Ho. And we all know how she got that last name. In the back alley, honey. Whore. Miss Fame. Oh, the brand. Since when did the dollar store become a brand? And Max. Girl, ain't that the queen from that movie Powder? The winner is Miss Fame.
I wish I could cry, but goddamn Botox got me every time. Other than that, I'd like to thank Mexico for the tapeworm that snatched my body, and the man upstairs. Thank you so much for the light. I look great. Thank you so much.
Next up, Pearl and Max.
It is a true honor to be presenting the DESPY Award for Most Busted Drag Queen. What is a busted drag queen? I'm glad you asked.
Oh, yes. The nominees are Miss Jaden Dior Fierce.
Miss Ginger Minge.
Girl, after we swing on by Gatorland, we can get on back to my apartment and swing on my husband.
The Brooke Hogan of drag, Katya.
And last but certainly not youngest, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Did you hear that, dear? And the winner is
Jaden Dior Fierce.
Thank you to all my fellow horrible drag queens. I hope you all burn in hell. And I mean it.
Next up, Ginger Minge and Candy Ho.
I am so honored to be here at the first annual Despy Awards.
And I'm working off community service.
We've gathered the very best to present the award for the shadiest shade.
Congratulations, Candy. Oh, I think it's high time that your beard gets the public recognition it deserves.
No, Ginger. This award is for that girl who knows how to throw the shade and not apply it. And the nominees are the girl who puts the fun in elephant, Ginger Minge.
How do I say this and remain socially responsible? Black horse of the competition, Kennedy Davenport.
And last, as usual, Violet Chachki. And the award goes to Violet Chachki.
You don't like me. You really don't like me. And last but not least, God, thanks.
Next up, Miss Fame and Violet Chachki.
Are there any married couples in the house? Michelle Visage, how long?
17 years.
Oh, girl, no, how long?
As someone who is highly experienced with handling meat, I cannot wait to hear the nominees for Media's Tech.
Oh, so you work in meat packing?
You could say that. Oh. Well, let's go ahead and receive the nominees.
Katya, VIP.
Very impressive package. Jaden Dior Fierce.
Hey, girl.
Media's Tech. Girl, let's be honest. Looks like she smuggled a honey-baked ham in her panties. That brings us to our last nominee. Pearl. Pearl's tucking ability is just like her personality. Semi-precious, exhausted, and barely there. And the Despy Award goes to Katya!
I believe it was the great American painter Bob Ross who said, "The key to a swollen vagina is courage."
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. Well, I'm gonna be your hostess and MC. I'm just gonna start off with saying I'm sorry. So, how many of y'all saw season 5? Season 5 RuPaul's Drag Race? You saw the roast? Yeah, I sucked. I sucked more than Michelle Visage at a truck stop with a glory hole, right? So listen, I'm here to, just struggling. Another thing I struggle with is my weight. Anybody struggle with weight? Yeah, girl, I just don't know how to get rid of those extra pounds. And these damn airports, the bags can only be 50 pounds. And it costs a lot of money to look this cheap, But I'm so excited. Are y'all ready for some real comedy? Because I'm dying up here, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not the funniest.
You killed that one, sis.
First up out of the gate, besides myself, is these two girls. One thing that they do love is the color orange. Coco Montrese and Fifi O'Hara!
Hey, Daddy. Oh, my God, Coquita, there you are. How's everything out here on the strip tonight?
Oh, girl, it ain't going too good, honey. The last joint I sat on, whew, I had Mexican food. It wasn't that good.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry to hear that, but I have a little favor to ask of you.
What you want, girl?
Think you could do my makeup?
Stay down, I got my good stuff.
Oh, my God, I'm so excited. Every time I'm on, your social medias and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking at your pictures, and I'm like, oh, my God, no filters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, first tell me, what is the first step in this, Coquita makeup tutorial?
First, you gotta take that bag of cheesy chips, girl.
Okay.
Crush it up real good.
Okay.
Then you gotta just take it and beat that face. Girl, you got to beat it like you stole something. So what's this audition for anyway?
Oh, well, I'm gonna be an actress.
Girl, I hope it's not a musical. Any instrument you play, you gotta blow.
Oh, that's not true, Mama. I've been writing a lot of stuff. Jump in a car and jump out. The cops are coming, put their hands on the hood.
Oh, girl,
Cops
hold on,
are coming,
hold on.
put your hand.
Hold on, girl. I got something for you. I got
what's
you
this?
a key.
A key?
Because you can't seem to find one, girl.
Coco and Fifi are not so much doing a comedy routine, but a live action, off Broadway theater production of Hookers at the Point.
So Roxy was bombing up here, so yeah, she asked me to come and finish the show for her. You don't want to see any more of her, right? My name is Tasha Salad. I was on season 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Do you remember? I'm so excited to be here. I just got off the best Italian vacation. I was over in the beautiful Thousand Island on a beautiful ranch. And let me tell you, I flew in just to try and save her ass. Are you ready for some more comedy? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, she is the blue cheese to the other one's crumbles. Make some noise. This is Alyssa Edwards in Alaska.
My name is Alaska, just like the state.
My name is Alyssa Edwards. And this definitely ain't nobody's secret that this gigorama is completely full of buffoonery, riggery, and straight up tomfoolery.
Totally. Alyssa, we're in the company of some amazing queens tonight.
Where?
Ouch. Detox and Tatiana are here.
The Hills Have Eyes Part 2, the remix.
Bam. Alyssa, describe Michelle Visage in one word. Go.
Beast!
Burn. Alyssa, I want to thank you so much for being my partner tonight. Don't worry, if drag doesn't work out, you'll always have something to fall back on. Your back rolls.
These next two girls, let me tell you, they are so nutty. Besides walnuts and almonds, these are my favorite nuts, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. This is Ginger Minge and Katya.
Not the first time she's gotten clapped from a room full of people. Well, hey, y'all. How are you? You know, I'm so excited to be here tonight, sharing the stage with my BFF, Katya. Now, I know most of you might be sitting out there asking yourself, self? That's what you say. You say self? Now, how does a delicate, petite little cross-dresser for Christ become best friends with a disease-riddled, low-rent Russian whore?
You see, I spend most of my time on my back while she tries to find someone to shave hers.
It's funny, because it's true. Seriously, this one right here has more fish than an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet.
That's funny, Ginger. I'm sure you know all about the buffet, you know, because you're fat.
Shut up. I will turn you into immigration balky, all right?
But through it all, we have plunged headfirst into the most beautiful friendship, and we have never looked back. Mostly because she doesn't have a neck and she can't really turn her head. Thank you all so much. Good night.
No, bitch, get back here. I got asthma, but I will catch you.
Ladies and gentlemen, do I look a little slimmer to you? Like I lost some weight? Do you want to know my secret? I started using light dressing. Get it?
We got it, girl. We got it.
Okay, next up, well, one of these girls, she is so fishy. She is the sardines and Caesar dressing. The other girl prefers uncut carrots in her salad. Make some noise. This is Detox and Tatiana.
My name is Lady of Ladybirds.
And I'm Beatrice Backdoor. Thank y'all so much for coming to tonight's event. It's a benefit for babies battling bulimia.
And I already see there's a bevy of beautiful, bitter bitches already here hitting the buffet. B and I met last year at Patty's Pooches with Prolapse garden party. We did.
The rosebuds were in full bloom.
The assholes were out, literally. Especially this one's date.
Date? I came alone.
You came with Carlos the gardener. Well, what? You were blowing saliva water balloons. I know you guys are here giving your time and your money to this lovely benefit for teeny tiny tots. But I just want to know when you're going to have some teeny tiny tots of your own there, B.
I've always wanted some. My doctor keeps telling me that that my ovaries are just getting in the way. You know, I've always wanted to tell you something. There's a secret behind the woman that you see here today.
Oh, no, is there really?
Oh, this is hard for me to
It's
say.
okay, sir, spit it out. No matter what you're about to tell me, you will always be, in my eyes, my best girlfriend.
You see,
I used to have braces.
You're incredible, B. We'll see you next year. Oh, no. That Sally Field, that lied to me about the Boniva.
Come on, Boniva.
Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy the show? Say yeah. We want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. And if you can't laugh at yourself, how in the hell are you going to laugh at somebody else? Can I get an amen? Good night.
Michelle, is that Daria?
Yes. She's stalking us.
The Big Pink Furry Box Theater presents Jackie Cox, Between Two Parents.
Now, it may be hard to believe from what you see in front of you, but both of my parents are scientists. My father is a mild-mannered Canadian with a very dry sense of humor. My mother is from Iran, and like many immigrant parents, had a very clear list of things that she wanted me to accomplish to fulfill her dreams. Top of which is become a doctor. And nowhere on this list was drag queen. Bouncing between these two households, my parents clearly did not stay married, was something that challenged me in many different ways. Take my mother, for instance. I'm maybe 12 years old watching the TV. What is this? I do not approve of these Spice Girls. This is too sexy, Mexy. Go to your room and go study your book on male anatomy. Well, you don't have to tell me twice. So I hear you are interested in performing and music and dancing. I believe in you. Okay, first things first, we're gonna start with ballet and then jazz and then tap and then all of the dancing, starting from flamenco to salsa. Dad, this is a lot. I don't know if that's what I want to do. But a few years later, I started to get a little bit of an idea. Me and a few friends sneak out and we drive down to Chicago Gay Pride. And that's when I see them for the first time. They look 8 feet tall, giant high heels, giant hair. These aren't just women. These are drag queens, and I'm mesmerized. I decided to take home a little souvenir, a beautiful white feather boa with sparkly parts in it too. I get home, sneak that boa, hide it up in the top most corner of my closet. What is this?
If my mom can get past the fact that I'm a drag queen on national television, hopefully she'll get over this impression of hers.
And what have I figured out? Having someone in your corner who is always cheering you on and believes in you, that's love. And I learned that having someone who always wants to make sure that nothing bad will ever happen to you, that's real love. And I also learned to hide that feather boa a little better. Thank you, guys.
I'm a little worried having to follow this act because she definitely put a lot of herself and her heart in it, and I'm not playing myself at all.
Next, Crystal Method in Phenomenal Phil, exotic dance instructor.
How we feeling tonight, ladies?
right, well, I'm Phenomenal Phil, exotic dance instructor to the stars. I worked with Channing Tatum. I taught him how to do the worm. I've also taught Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson how to do the sprinkler. I even taught Betty White how to do the jerk. Are y'all ready to start feeling yourself? I brought you moves from my dance training DVD, Fill Me Up. This first move is the litter box, but get yourself in the mind of a pussycat. And then you gotta get that soiled sand, like, out of here. Get it out. And then we're gonna dump it, okay? Get it out. Fill her up. We're not done yet. We probably got some on our legs. So get a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
All right, Crystal, she's killing it out here. You might have to change your name to Phenomenal Phil after this performance.
This is my big moneymaker. It's the Brazilian Banana Inspector. Start up and just find the banana in the tree. I think they grow on trees. Pull it down, and then you gotta make sure you work the nips on the way down. So you can't give it a little bit of that. And then we work it down to the hips. All right, everybody, I think that's about all the time I have for today. I'll be in the back selling my DVD, but only for about 20 minutes because I'm performing at a bar mitzvah later. Thank you.
Up next, Heidi Aphrodite in Cookout with Your Cheeks Out.
Oh, y'all look so good. So good. I really just want to give y'all some of my hometown living. The first member of my family I want you to meet is my grandmother. She's the one who raised me, and she really hates everyone. Let me introduce you to grandmother. About time all y'all got here in my house. Now, y'all best stop opening up my door and stuff. I don't pay to air conditioning the outside. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Here comes Sharon with that nasty-ass potato salad. Oh, Lord. Hello, everyone. Oh, how are you all doing? I brought the potato salad. Don't worry, everyone. Yes, I'm going to put it right here in the middle. Now, Sharon, I done told you about that potato salad. You don't season it. You don't put the right potatoes in it. You don't even put mustard in it. How dare you talk about my potato salad? And there's always Uncle Rob, the drunk. Why y'all fighting? Rob, I done told you take your drunk ass and sit down somewhere, always in somebody's business. The party don't start till Cousin Slick walks in. Yo, what's up, cuz? What's good, yo? What's up, yo? Yo, what's here to eat? Aunt Sharon decides, you know, it's my potato salad here. You know, it's so good. No, Aunt Sharon, no. You know, the last time I had your potato salad, I had to blow that bathroom up. Dumbass. Just you wait and see, Sharon. I'ma laugh right in your face.
Heidi is not giving what I expected from Heidi.
Yo, I gotta go, bye.
Baby, the ship it's not sinking, but it's a few holes in it.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
The Burry Box Theater presents Gigi Good in Welcome Aboard Brimstone Airways.
Good morning, sinners. Welcome aboard Brimstone Airways Flight 666 nonstop to hell.
Right, you all did something in your lives to piss off the big guy upstairs. I'm gonna let you know why a couple of you are here, all right? Let's see. You in the front row in this ripped up denim jacket. What's your name?
Derek.
Gary, nice to meet you, Gary. Gary, your credit score sucks, Gary. You, what's your name?
Morgan.
I'm gonna call you Karen from now on, is that okay? I'm gonna tell you why you're on your way to hell, Karen. It's because you're a goddamn hypocrite. All right, I see you mixing textiles. He's paying attention. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna gather my extremely important tools. All right. If you'll kindly familiarize yourself with the lack of exits on this aircraft, you'll look to my left and right. That's right. No exits here. Okay? 4, your in-flight snacks, we have just one option. It's peanuts. Unsalted peanuts. Welcome to hell, bitch. Okay, let's see where I'm at now. All right, so.
I love Gigi's concept, but I'm seeing Gigi kind of trying to remember her outline and keep going back to it when she's on a roll on different jokes.
Okay, all right. So, when we do land, something will magically open and you'll get off and immediately engulfed in flames. So as stated before, that tiny piece of fabric with metal attached to it is not gonna protect you from Karen. Or you, Gary. I see you're wearing distressed denim. It's 2020. Let's keep that in mind. All right, I've just received word from the captain that we are beginning our initial descent. On behalf of Brimstone Airways, I want to thank you for choosing us as your means of transportation today. And please, enjoy your stay in Detroit. Thank you. Burn in hell. Thank you. Go f yourself, Gary.
Bye-bye. Up next, Jada Essence Hall in The P in Pageant.
Hey, broke bitches, my name is Jada Essence Hall, and for those of you who do not know me, I am a drag queen and a badass bitch, okay? Yes. And for those of you who do know me, I am sorry. I'm gonna take y'all on a tour of one of the worst experiences that has ever happened to me in my life. Now, one time I was hired to judge and perform at a pageant. The girls are beautiful, they're walking around in these beautiful gowns, and I get a little shake in my right leg. Child, ooh. So I look over for a familiar face. Hey, Ru, except Ru happens to be my boyfriend. He comes on over. I'm in a situation, I'm gonna need a little bit of help, okay? The category is over, I push the chair back, I start to run. Baby, I have to piss. Tap him on the shoulder, run into the bathroom. Ooh, y'all are not feeling it. That's all right. That's all right, we're going on a journey, okay. And I'm like, okay, baby, help me out here. I'm pulling up my dress. He's all on the floor. He's fumbling around. I'm like, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And then I stop. All I can do is look down at my man on the floor, looking up at me, covered in urine. I head back to the judge's table. The head judge says, please, 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 can we get some air freshener over here?
Oh, no.
But then he looks over and says, these other judges to the left, they have hot dogs with onions on them.
Jada, was that the joke? Look over there.
To me, this was one of the most terrifying things that ever happened in my life, and sadly, I just played out in front of y'all, and y'all didn't even laugh at the but that's all right. I hope y'all had a great time, and that was the night that I put the P in pageant. Thank you.
Terrible. Terrible, terrible.
And here's Jujubee. Welcome
Welcome to RuPaul's Shady Shack. It's the grand opening, okay? And I want to say I am so happy to see all of you here. I see some new faces. I see some old faces. I see some new old faces. Work. No, really, like lots and lots and lots of work. Shay, your lips. Michelle, your titties. And you over here, I know them shoulders are fake, baby. You weren't born with those shoulders. Mm-hmm. Roz, I am so glad you're here tonight. People don't know that you actually wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, wait. Blair, so a book is a whole bunch of pages with words. Ross, you know I love you, and I did try to buy your book online, and it basically said people who bought this book also searched for Chardonnay, lip gloss, a life. Anyways, I noticed that Gwyneth Paltrow wrote the intro to your book. Isn't it upsetting that the lady who could convince millions of women out there to stick stones in their pussy still not be able to convince them to buy your book? I wish I had one blonde joke, but she's sitting over there. Now, I think I've been a little harsh tonight, but you know what? This ain't RuPaul Best Friend race. Michelle already won that.
Thank you.
And Michelle, I think of you like I think of my mom. Resentfully.
I'm Jujubee. Good night!
Thank you, Jujubee. Nice try.
Oh.
Michelle Visage is here. I've been told by many that she's the first lady of Jersey. The very first of all time.
Sounds right.
Now, I can't really make fun of age. I mean, people say all the time, Blair, you look so young. But I am a grown gay man, and I do ass with the crust cut off. Now, speaking of crusty assholes, Sam Richardson is here tonight, everyone. That's all. And Jane Krakowski, it is so inspiring to have you with us tonight as well. You know, I just can't understand how you keep escaping from the old folks' home. Ross is so important to this show. I mean, it only took 10 years of constant appearances for RuPaul to finally make him a permanent judge on the show. I mean, what, was Todrick Hall busy? I'm just kidding. I think what you do here is so valuable. I mean, every Destiny's Child needs its Michelle. And every judging panel needs that one person to make the guest judges feel just that much more famous.
Oh, I do declare this is a dumpster fire.
If you love me tonight, my name is Blair St. Clair, and if you hated me, it's Derek Barry.
My name is Miss Cracker, and I am so happy to see people. I don't know if you know this, but if you are a Drag Race contestant, they do not let you socialize, like, at all. They say this is like the Olympics of drag. No. This is like Guantanamo Bay. Please help me. I am a New Yorker, but like not in a mean way. I am a Jew, so I get to say it that way. You do not. But most importantly, I am a drag queen. I've been telling these girls from the beginning, like, let's just be nice to each other tonight. But I guess I'm like Shea Couleé's music, because nobody listens to me. You know what I'm saying? There's this stereotype that drag queens have to be, like, beautiful in their makeup and glamorous and everything, but that is not necessarily true. Look at Juju, okay? Look at her. What was I saying? Oh, right, humility and love. That's where it was. Also, I'm against body shaming completely, because I was a chubby kid, and I know what body shaming can do to a person, you know. It
Max! Ow! Opulence! Everything you see is on sale! Thank you, everybody, so much. Appreciate you so much.
Hi, everybody. How you doing tonight? Oh, come on, you guys can do better than that. You had Miss Cracker's entire set to take a nap. Come on, so how you doing tonight? Oh, that's so much better. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the lovely Miss Blair St. Clair here. And you guys, I don't want to ruin too much, but she had a bit of a rough week last week. She failed her driver's test. Miss Cracker, make some noise for her. I love her. She's just so animated, larger than life. It's like she's a living, breathing puppet, you know? She's got this big head and these tiny little feet, and only becomes animated when you put your fist in her. Yeah. Has anyone in here ever been robbed before? Well, I have. And no, I'm not talking about the finale of season 9. But for real, you know, it's been quite an interesting journey for me. I've been going to therapy, and for the longest time, I thought that therapy was just for white people with money. And I was wrong. It is also for Black people with money. But it's kind of embarrassing to tell your therapist that rose petals are one of your triggers, you know? For real, like, rose petals have been following me around for the past 3 years like I'm James Earl Jones in Coming to America. The only difference, he had a crown. Thank you so much. That's all the time I have for tonight.
Do you want everything RuPaul's Drag Race at your fingertips? Then head over to YouTube now and subscribe to the RuPaul's Drag Race channel, and you will get all the episodes of everything you ever want, including brand new episodes of What You Packin'. Hi.